All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. This is part 2 of the 1991-92 Upper Deck box that apparently is a complete set. And we're going to take a look at the rest of the box here. Again, this is multi-gen collectibles. We're shooting for YouTube and Instagram / Facebook. And all that barking in the background, I apologize in advance, but Gray Dog is communicating with the dog that lives behind us, who happens to be his best friend. All right, moving on. Craig Elo. Got another checklist. Blue Edwards. This is Alan Ogg. Delaney Rudd, Billy Thompson, Gary Grant, Eric Kessler, Nigel Knight, Grant Long, Jason Williams. Look at Sally. John Sally. Man, with the Pistons. Bill Cartwright. Quentin Daly. Cliff Livingston. Nate McMillan. With the Sonics. Look at the Worm. Dennis Rodman. Won a couple championships with Detroit and Chicago. BJ Armstrong. All right, Stacey King. Horace, without the goggles. No goggles, Horace Grant. Where are the goggles at, Horace? Ron Anderson. Terry Davis. Manute Bowl. AC Green. After the curl, went with the flat top. Johnny Dawkins. Vlade. Hall of Famer right there, man. Career started with the Lakers. Tom Chambers. Look at that. Look at that picture, man. Sheesh. Let's zoom in on that. Oh my gosh. Rain Man. Just amazing in-game dunker. Dan Marley. Terry Teague. All right, here we have a Kevin Gamble horizontal. Dennis Hobson. Lane Beer. One of the toughest, maybe dirtiest players to ever play the game. Perhaps. I'm not going to deny that. I'm just saying. Mark Aguirre. Danny Manning. Robert Parrish, the Chief. Charles Smith. Cedric Sabalos. Benoit Benjamin. Andrew Lang, Fat Lever, Ricky Pierce, Hersey Hawkins, Rolando Blackman. Look at this GP. Gary Payton. Look at that pass. And he knows it too. You can just tell. Roy Tarpley, Xavier the X-Man, Michael Thompson. Look at Klay Thompson's daddy. This is Klay Thompson's dad, if some of y'all don't know who this man is. Won a couple championships with the Showtime Lakers. That's right. That's Klay Thompson's dad. Craig Hodges, one of the coldest three-point shooters in the game to ever play. Hands down. All right, I'm going to pause the video so that way I could address the barking and then I'll come right back. Alrighty, we are back. Here we go. Gray Dog is in the building. Hopefully that prevents him from barking as much. Instead, he can play around in here all he wants. As you can hear him in the background. All right, here we go. We got... Yo, man, what are you doing? Oh, yeah? All right, cool. Are you done? All right, thank you. All right, here we go. We got a horizontal. We got a Mookie Blaylock. We got a Gerald Wilkins, George McLeod, Sam Vincent, Sam Bowie, Gerald Patio, Brad Davis, Nick Anderson. Look at that Nick Anderson card. That's a dope card. Scott Skiles. We have a Scott Skiles. We got a Kevin McHale, Michael Ansley, Larry Nance. His son played in the league for a minute. Larry Nance Jr., Marcus Liberty, Jeff Grayer, Cliff Robinson, John Starks, LaSalle Thompson, Wingate, Kevin Duckworth, Michael Williams, Rod Strickland. Man, Rod Strickland was a player. That man could ball. Ala Aldenabi, Mark Jackson. There's Coach. Mama, there goes that man. Kenny Williams. All right. Kenny Batiste, sorry. Look at Steve Kerr. This is pre-Chicago Bulls, pre-championship Steve Kerr. And then, of course, he won a few with San Antonio. I did not know he started his career with Cleveland. So I'm learning something new. That's wild. I did not know that. I did not know. If you knew that, drop it in the comments. But I had zero clue that he started his career with Cleveland. That's news to me. Alrighty. Moving on. Moving along. Here we have Jerry Reynolds with Orlando. This must have been their first or second year as a team. Randolph Keys, Jared Mustaff, Tolbert, Willie Anderson, Maurice Cheeks, who's coaching in the NBA, I believe still. Larry Smith, Danny Ainge, front office after having some coaching. Vernon Maxwell, Mad Max. That's a dope picture too. Love that picture. We got Kevin Willis, one of the best big men in the game in the 90s. Jerome Kersey. Kenny Smith, the Jet. Dwayne Farrell. Oh, Grey Dog is having the best time in here right now. Otis Thorpe. Doug West. Johnny Newman. Terry Cummings. Dale Ellis. Mitch Richmond. Reggie Theus, Tyrone Hill, J.J. Reed, Detlef Schrempf, Sidney Green, Charles Oakley, Dennis Scott. There's Reggie. Reggie Miller. Oh, look at that. Is that an in-game dunk or is that a dunk contest dunk? I don't know, but that is dope. That is clean. Hakeem. That's a clean picture too. Sorry about that. Gray's having the time of his life up in here. Okay, again, as I was saying, we have Dominique Wilkins. Look at that dunk, man. Such a beautiful card. What a picture. Again, Hakeem Olajuwon. Person. The Rifleman. That's what they called him back in the day. Spud. Sleepy Floyd. Spud Webb. Steve Alford. John Williams. Pooh Richardson. Chris Mullin, part of TMC. Alvin Robertson. Tim Hardaway. That's the T. Muggsy. Muggsy Bogues. Jay Humphreys. Sidney. Mark Price. Vern Fleming. And Danny Ferry. All right. I'm going to set those right here in a third stack. All right. Down to our last little bit here. Let's see what other magic we could find in here. What else does this complete set of 400 cards offer? Harvey Grant. I want to say this is Horace Grant's brother, I believe. Trent Tucker, Scott Hastings, Chris Morris, James Edwards. Look at Edwards. Mike Sanders, Tate George, Joe Dumars. Such a great player, man. Judd Butler, Isaiah Thomas, Derek Coleman. Travis Mays, Kenny Gaddison. All right, there's Dale Curry, Steph Curry's daddy. Tony Campbell, Rex Chapman. There's David Robinson. Hall of Famer, Kiki Vandeweghe, Corbin, Kendall Gill, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, also known as Chris Jackson. Jack Haley, Alton Lester, Drazen Petrovic, one of the best Euro players ever. I believe he's in the Hall of Fame. I want to say he's in the Hall of Fame, but I could be wrong. So it looks like this complete set definitely had a lot of amazing Hall of Famers of the 90s. I don't see too many inserts. You got the hologram cards. You've got the All-Star game cards. You have the collector's choice drawings, the paintings. Other than that, so far, I'm not seeing anything that resonates special inserts. Okay. Now we're down to this last stack. We'll see what this has to offer. But I don't know, right? Let's see. Wennington before he went to the Bulls and won some championships. Ralph Sampson, look at that. Mario Ellie. Avery Johnson. Man. Bryant. Look at Kurt Rambis. Just looking upset after he was with the Lakers for so long, winning some championships with LA and then went to Phoenix. I'd be mad too, Rambis. At least you came back. You know, he came back as a player and as a coach and as front office. So he won some more championships with LA, not as a coach, but as a front office staff, front office management. Bernard King, Brad Daugherty. So it's looking like that may have been the bulk of Clyde Drexler. Okay, there's a few players still in here. Kevin Johnson. There's still a couple. Karl Malone. Oh, that's a dope picture. Malone and Drexler together. That's dope. I like that. What a picture. Buck Williams. Orlando. Woolridge. Look at Terry Porter playing in the finals. Look at the floor. That's how you know a photograph captures a moment in time. When you have something like that that indicates when and where that was. Look at Barkley with Michael Jordan behind him. Look at MJ trying to get to that ball. Larry Bird and Patrick Ewing rounds it all up. So we started from the we started from the low numbers and we finished with the highs. And there's your checklist. So 400, right? 400 cards in this set. You have the 2 draft picks. I think what I may have done, either I did it or the person that I bought these from did it. But somebody put these into the card savers. So not sure who exactly, but someone did. Yeah, man, this is a special time for sure. This is a special time. So 1991, 1992, Larry Johnson and Mutombo, draft picks. So is this a rookie card or is this a pre-rookie card? I don't know. Y'all gotta let me know. What do you think? Pre-rookie or rookie? So this wraps up our extended 2-part series of this box. And as I've said before, these cards are for sale. So if there's a card in here that you would like, or if you want the entire set, these could be yours. All right, look at that MJ hologram. Okay, everybody. Thank you for watching another video here on Multi-Gen Collectibles. It is very, very, very much appreciated. DM me, send me a message. Let me know if you are interested in any or all of these cards. Okay? Have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next one.